Why didn't you just come in and talk about what you do to cope? She's a
I love
hands-on.
painting.
Yeah.
I'm putting some in my house.
I didn't know what she was. I can. Actually, can I start?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I suddenly realised it's Christmas. It's Christmas, everybody. The joyous season. Hang on. It's not always a joy for everybody, is it? Christmas, unfortunately. So what we've organised today as part of the Goody Show is to actually have various members of our beloved Mental Health Foundation family talk about how they cope at Christmas. Because some of the issues about Christmas and surrounding Christmas can be really very stressful. I mean, for example, we have spending expenses. The budget is blown on food and alcohol for many people as a result of Christmas and the partying and the celebrations, buying gifts, etc. Then you have families. What do you think about families, Amanda? And family tensions and tips and stresses?
It's really hard to bring your best self on Christmas Day, particularly if you're hosting or you've had to do a lot of work and you're quite tired and you've been working up to the very, very last minute.
Like us.
Like us, yes, we're battling along, we're doing it. Yeah, look, it's you know, it's an interesting topic, families and how they come together at Christmas. The general advice is that everyone should try and be on their best behaviour and probably limit alcohol intake.
Which is a big issue for a lot of people at Christmas. Liam, do you like alcohol at Christmas? May I just
Not
leading
really.
question? Put you right on the spot.
Not really an alcoholic drinker, more like soft drinks.
Oh, you're
Soft drinks and cordial.
you're a good
Not
man.
really interesting.
You're a good man. What about anybody else? Anybody else have any family tensions that come out at Christmas? Oh, come now, don't be coy. We always have a few arguments, don't we? Over, you know, who gets that last prawn?
They're all being very well behaved, aren't they?
They are.
I think they're holding
Actually, I think they're holding it. They're not going to. But, you know, bickering, you know, there's always a few unfortunate relatives, or if they're anything like my relatives, all of them are unfortunate in terms of bickering and creating tension.
There's
So,
always a crazy uncle.
oh, crazy. Well, I'm usually the crazy.
I love it.
But also there's a lot of isolation. A lot of people don't have families for one reason or another, particularly the elderly. Let's not forget the elderly, people whose spouses have passed away, friends pass away, and the homeless, who at Christmas are under particular disadvantage, shall we say, because they don't have shelter, they don't have a place to go, they might not have a Christmas dinner to share. I know there are many charities that do a wonderful job of providing meals, and we salute them for that. There's also the issue of bereavement. Christmas is a time for remembering families, remembering loved ones. I mean, I've lost my beloved little dog Daphne this year. Christmas is going to be, I know people might say just a dog, but you know, very sad for me that I'm no longer having Christmas with my beloved dog.
She was lovely.
She was lovely, absolutely gorgeous. But, you know, I understand in the scale of things, people have a lot greater catastrophes in their life than that, where they lose, you know, human loved ones, mothers, fathers, husbands, brothers, sisters. Can be very, very distressing at Christmas to miss those loved ones. And of course, there's another group that we're very concerned about here at the Mental Health Foundation, and those are people who have chronic mental illnesses. And at Christmas, we know that the uptake of mental health services is huge. Psychologists, psychiatrists, this is their busy season. This is their time of year when they really work at their hardest, dealing with all of the issues that I've mentioned earlier, and of course are exaggerated for people that have mental health issues, because remember, people with mental health issues are the most dispossessed, the most vulnerable, thank you, Amanda, at this time of year. So, but look, we're not going to concentrate on the miseries too much. We've got an expert panel here that are going to talk about their different perspectives on Christmas, how they cope, different people and different communities. So our wonderful four speakers from staff from the Mental Health Foundation will each be speaking for about 3 or 4 minutes. And we'll start off with the wonderfully antlered Aura Go, who will speak about the festive season and self-care from a Chinese cultural perspective.
Yeah, well, thank you, Jim. Yeah, I'm Malaysian, but I'm ethnically Chinese. So in terms of that, I don't know exactly that Chinese people celebrate Christmas a lot. It's usually like Chinese New Year around January, February that we're really excited about. But in terms of holiday seasons, it's important for us to connect with family and relatives. And most of my relatives are back in Malaysia, so it's been a while since I've seen them, and I do miss them a lot.
And Christmas particularly? Is
Yeah.
it, or would it be Chinese New Year would be the most?
Well, I grew up Catholic also, so we would go to church every Sunday, and we'd go to church on Christmas and Christmas Eve and things like that. So my family, as Catholics, we do celebrate Christmas, but as a Chinese, not really. Like, we don't have that connection in terms of but we do enjoy being with one another, having those dinner parties, lunch, and things like that. So I'd say, since I'm not with my relatives in Malaysia, it's important for me to be with friends. And I do have my immediate family here, and we do see each other. But yeah, just try as much as you can to surround yourself with people who support you, I'd say. And if for whatever reason you find that you don't have those connections, or you have friends that don't support you, I'd say it's okay as well to not see them. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it that I can say.
No, that's excellent, Laura. I think some very, very good advice. Now let's spring from one to the other. Let's go to Yash Singh and hear what you have to say.
Yeah, so I've lived in Europe for many years. I'm originally from India, and I'm a Hindu. We don't really celebrate Christmas at home. We love to go out and look at the Christmas markets. We always have Christmas parties everywhere I've been. It's a very exciting time. And in India, like it's very secular. But most people like to celebrate it. They don't know why people celebrate Christmas that much, but just a way to come together and enjoy it.
India also has quite a large Christian population, particularly on the West Coast.
Right.
Don't they?
Yeah, well, they know why they celebrate Christmas, but most, it's a fun time of the year.
Okay, and you enjoy it personally. How would you celebrate this Christmas here in Australia? Would you join into the Australian
It's very
Christmas
interesting.
celebration?
I just started my master's here, and on my second day, I was introduced to the Christians at uni, and I met a lot of Christians, and recently went to a Christian camp and learned a lot about Christianity. So I know a lot more why they celebrate Christmas. So it's going to be an interesting Christmas. I think we're going to celebrate it with devoted Christians and go to church.
You'll actually have your Christmas dinner
Yes,
in a Christian
a proper
context.
Christmas for the first time. I think.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
You going to church at midnight church or on the day?
Possibly, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a good experience.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's great that you're branching out and learning new cultural
yeah. I love that.
cultural traditions. Yeah, it's good.
Thanks very much for that, Yash. Now, what about Yashashvi? How are you?
I'm good, thank
Going
you.
to
Jim.
celebrate Christmas.
Christmas for us, I'm also from India, just like Yash, and we share common names. So for Christmas, for me, Christmas is all about holidays. Holidays.
Holidays.
Yeah.
I like the pragmatic attitude.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm from India, so I'm from India. I'm from North India, I'm from Punjab, and we.
So you're north.
Yeah, we do not celebrate Christmas Island, but we do have a few friends in India. They celebrate, so I used to visit them and see how they celebrate it.
Yeah.
So I used to join them. Yeah, apart from that, it's all about holidays. It's about spending time with family. In India, our first priority is family. So we do spend time together with each other, and we cook together. And for me, as we're talking about self-care as well, eating healthy, cooking is a part of self-care as well.
So now let me ask you a question. I mean, we see like in American posters and films about Christmas, they're all sitting around a table, there's vegetables and there's a big turkey and people cut it up and all the rest, that's not really the way in Australia, because it's so hot, although we do have salad, we have salads, we might have roast beef or lamb or chicken or something like that. But what would be on your, do you have a Christmas lunch or dinner? And what would be on your table to eat?
Not really, but for us, I'm from vegetarian family, so it's most all the vegetarian cuisines and all that stuff, not as in meat.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
are vegetarian.
Yes.
So forget the roast chickens.
I'm not, but I come from vegetarian family. I'm not after coming to Australia.
We'll tell no one. This is a secret.
Okay.
This is only going to 2 million
We should
people.
cut that part. Yeah.
Is there anything else for you? Is it a sort of a family occasion, a family with
So
friends?
it's family, friends, as I said, it's holiday. And also my grandma's birthday is on Christmas Day, so we do celebrate that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Sounds excellent. Because, I can't help but think because, all three of you have spoken about family and getting together, and or you've spoken about missing, family in Malaysia. And I think that loneliness at Christmas that some people feel, and that goes right through age groups too. I mean, I mentioned the elderly, but even young children, whose families may be split, divorced, children of divorced parents, for example. That can be a very sad time, even for those young children. They may not realise why they're sad, but not being part of a family group.
Yeah, everyone is not lucky enough to have a family. So
Liam.
Mm-hmm.
You look like that. By the way, I love that Father Christmas hat. That looks like a special designer, bespoke model. Wouldn't it be right?
It's kind of the one that we pack away with the Christmas decorations, kind of like, because like for my Christmas, I have my dad and mum's side, and on my mum's side, we alternate the house that we have the Christmas party at with all the family.
Okay.
So then also like my dad's mates, if we have it at our house, this is like the hat for the Santa that hands out the gifts to everyone. So that's kind of what it
We
is.
always love the Santa that brings out the gifts. don't you?
It's always the fun building someone in to do it.
So you alternate between your mother's family and your father's family?
The mum's side house that we have the party at alternates with my dad. It's usually at my own dad's sister's place.
Right. So everyone takes it in turn.
Well, we kind of have it like the one for my mum's side, we had that this year we're having a Christmas Eve. It's usually on Christmas, but because the families got bigger, we've had to change it to Christmas Eve.
Right. Well, actually doing the German tradition. Because in Germany, you don't celebrate Christmas Day, you celebrate Christmas Eve, which is called Weihnachten or Christmas night, the night before. And that's when you have your big meal, you give presents and you do all that sort of thing. Just slightly different tradition. But what are the stresses you have at Christmas? Spending money? You can't keep your hands out of your pockets. You're giving gifts, extraordinarily expensive gifts to friends. And, people you really like.
I was kind of dependent on the Christmas pie. Like my friends, I'd get a gift for them. My family, for my mum's side, we have for the younger kids, we each give them like gift cards or toys and that. But for the older ones that I'm now part of, we have like a Kris Kringle that we don't know until later on.
So you the Kris Kringle with that hat, I would think, there'd be a lot of.
Well, it's like we're all random. Like it's like putting the hand in, we won't know until later. Like we know on the day that, oh, this person, oh, my aunt feels my Kris Kringle.
It's whoever fits into the Santa suit. Right.
Just to give it out. Yeah.
It's pretty much all the people are in the Kris Kringles together.
Look, you're all talking about a fairly joyous kind of Christmas, but is there any element of sort of stress or, what would I say, distress that any of you suffer from? Is there any sadness about Christmas for you?
Well, for me, my partner recently lost his mother. So this Christmas will be very difficult.
The first Christmas without his mother.
Yeah. And
That's going to be hard for him.
exactly. And as someone who loves him and wants to support him, I obviously want to know how to help him and be able to support him. And he's the type of person, he's very strong and resilient, but he doesn't want to go to any family gatherings this Christmas. He doesn't want to really reach out.
It's a big trauma losing your mum.
Yeah. So now I'd say I'm trying to find the right way to be able to get him to, I don't know what's best for him. I don't know exactly how to support him, whether or not I should push him to go see his family or friends, or should I just let him,
Let's ask a motherly type what they think should be a suggestion here. Amanda?
I'm going to cry.
This is the motherly type in action. We have Christmas tears.
I think that it's really
Well-
important that, that you just be there for him and maneuver around Christmas in a very sensitive way. It's going to be a bit tricky in regards to what you do with your family and how involved he is with that. And I know that you're going to feel torn on the day if he doesn't want to join in. That's going to be the tricky part. But the rest of the Christmas kind of spirit environment, you can kind of, you don't want it to all be about his needs because your needs are also important.
Yes.
But maybe just for this Christmas, focus on, making sure that he is supported and that he's got what he needs to get through the time. And, as someone that's lost both of their parents, I can tell you that each year, you always miss them. But, it becomes less of a mourning, but more of a reminiscing and fond memories. So I hope for your boyfriend that he can, get through this Christmas safely and feel supported by who is around him. And then next year, he'll slowly build, some resilience and being able to, by next Christmas, hopefully wanting to join in and engage with others.
And maybe make allowances if he's a little bit out of sorts.
Yeah.
A little bit non-communicative and maybe even irritable. People can react in different ways, especially when they're under stress and tension. Maybe it's a good idea for everybody to say at the beginning of Christmas celebrations, just what some of the stresses they've been through. So be kind, be gentle, but that's a good message for us at all times, isn't it? Not just at Christmas. But perhaps sometimes at Christmas, we all expect to be jolly and, you know, sociable and having a wonderful time, but it's not the way that it necessarily works. Amanda, I'm really interested to know your family, how you celebrate Christmas, being of your Irish and Italian background.
Yeah, I usually host, because I like control.
But we like to cook. We
I like
know
to
how delicious
I like
your
to
food
cook,
is.
so I generally host, and my mum was my mum's side, my side of the family. I just, you know, usually catch up with some, you know, my sisters occasionally, but a bit more casually. But on my husband's side, I generally host everyone for a meal. That's usually, you know, up to 10 people. Yeah, it's generally a good day. You know, everyone has their ups and downs in the year, so from one year to the next, it can be quite interesting. My favourite part of Christmas, though, is, I shouldn't say this, but it's true, is when I'm setting the table on Christmas Eve, the big long table, and I really go to town on it. A couple of you've seen me, I've posted something in here before. I watch the carols, Sylvie Palladino comes on, I always cry because she's amazing. And then, cry. And then, getting up on Christmas morning and doing the presents with my son, and then getting into the kitchen and getting the whole thing going. I love it. I love the best part for me is the cooking and the hosting and all that good stuff.
You're a doer.
I'm an absolute doer. I do, I do.
You do, and you do well.
Yeah, I enjoy Christmas. I think it's great. And yeah, over the years, you know, it's been a couple of years, it's been a bit so-so, because, bereavement and mental health situations and things, but, you know, you keep on trucking and it's you get there.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to? Well, we've got some audience here.
We do.
Natalie, Marnie, any questions of our expert panel on how to cope with Christmas?
Sure.
Not putting you on the spot or anything.
Yeah, I guess we have a question about when around family members, does anyone experience any kind of anxieties that might come with being around particular family members, or sometimes just maybe not feeling quite as connected with the people that are around you as you want to be? Does that kind of, is that
Great
something
question.
that
Great question.
Yeah.
Anyone like to delve into that?
I think I can go if anyone.
Go for it.
So in Asian culture, there's this really common thing where, especially during family gatherings, you get compared to your cousins.
Are you married yet?
In a relationship, why not?
Ah,
Yeah, so I think in those situations, you know, it's important to know yourself, be kind to yourself, you know, don't get too caught up or anxious. I mean, you can't help anxiety, but you know your own worth, and yeah.
put your hand up. You don't have to name anyone. Put your hand up if there's the, I'll use the stereotypical difficult uncle. Okay, but it can be the difficult aunt, it can be the difficult daughter-in-law, brother-in-law, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, whatever. If there's such a person in your Christmas group, you can put one hand up if that's the case. I'm going to put two. It looks we've all got challenges at Christmas, hasn't it? And even our cameraman over there, Akshay, he's got both hands up. And I think he's about to put both legs up. Don't do it. He'll fall over, Akshay. He'll fall over. He'll fall over. All right. I think we've, Marnie, perhaps any questions from you? Because you're looking delightfully Christmassy today.
Everybody look after yourself and have a safe time.
Will your Christmas be good, Marnie?
I'll let you know Boxing Day.
Perhaps we should have a Goody Show after Christmas debrief, find out how it went in the festive season.
Might need a double episode,
A
Jim.
double episode. Well, I would like to thank you all for your contributions and your wisdom and your being so candid, you know, about what you do at Christmas. The tears were a nice touch.
Oh, thank you.
Tears at Christmas were always good. thank you so much for contributing, and thank you, Akshay. Thank you, linesman. Thank you, ball boys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Lydia.
And Lydia, for all your support this year, and we hope to see you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and in 2000 and you're all young. 23. It's going to take me 6 months to get used to writing 23 rather than 22. So the first 6 months I'll be writing 2022. Only got now to writing 2021, and now we're into 2023. May it be a joyous and happy year for each and every one of you. God bless. Have a wonderful Christmas, New Year, and festive season. And we'll see you soon.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.